Hey guys, just thought I'd do a simple tutorial here. One fairly simple that a lot of people tend to get wrong. Looming and zooming. You want to be doing this in things like P51s, P47s, German things like the Focke-Wulfs and 109s. All those things that have a really good top speed that aren't very maneuverable. And I'm going to break it down into some hopefully fairly simple steps. And now let's start with step 1. Okay, so step 1 is fairly self-explanatory. You take off, and the first thing you want to do is climb. Side climbing in a lot of planes, like, for example, on screen, the P47. The P47 does not have a very good climb rate, but it has an excellent top speed and an excellent dive speed. It'll maintain that. It's got good armament. Now, the thing that you need to remember most is you will need to side climb. No matter, even if you're in a door or something, it's something that still can climb, but you'll want to be side climbing. Because you want to get above whatever you're fighting. Most of the time, if you hit 6K, you will be fine. So that's my advice, is side climbing. Don't just climb right out to the enemy, and good luck. Okay, so step 2. You've climbed to altitude, you side climbed, and now you're starting to look for targets. You want to prioritize targets that are similar or slightly lower energy than you. So as you look around, what planes are on your altitude, and what planes are just slightly below you. You want to take planes out from the top down. So if there's somebody higher than you, be very careful. They'll probably go for you since you'll be the highest and the closest to them. Like, for example, I see a plane on my altitude at direct 12 o'clock, so I want to climb a little bit more, and you do not just want to commit to a head-on. You spent all this time climbing, why just throw that time away? At the very least, you can dive out, and if you dive out, you may lose all your altitude, but you'll still be alive. And you might be able to hit something on the way down. But as you can see, the person I was pursuing has now dove down. So I'm now the highest plane in the area. So now we want to get into the attack. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, step 3 is the attack. I have this guy, he's on my altitude, and he climbs, and I didn't see him at first. So I'm going to push a little bit of a head-on pass, but I know that he has no way of getting guns on me. And I crit him, I'm not really sure what it was, but I've got his oil tank and his engine, so he probably will not make it back to base. But I'm the only one up here and I want to finish him off. And there's no one for a long way down. So I loop around and I get onto 6. Knowing that I'm in a much faster plane, I maintain my WEP and I keep the dive. Now, this is a very, very fast plane. As you can see, his oil leak goes up there, so his engine's probably ran out of oil. But I want to finish this kill off, and I'm not going to lose anything by following this dive. So I'm trying to put shots into him. But something very, very important. Do not try to turn sharply. As you can see, I'm overspeeding here, so it's okay if I do lose a little bit of energy, else I will probably die. Now I'm on low altitude, and the only thing I've got is speed. So as I'm putting some more shots into this guy here, it is okay to turn a little bit, but do not try to turn too sharply. So I break off, and I pull up, and I convert my speed back into altitude. You cannot keep going straight. Your prop plane will not maintain 800 on the deck. You need to go back up and convert since you in the dive, you converted your altitude into speed, and you're converting it back into altitude. And once you get back up into the altitude, you just want to keep repeating this process. Going up, and then finding an opponent on slightly lower energy than you, and going after him, and work your way down. As you see here, I lost a lot of altitude in that engagement, but that was okay. Because I went from about 5 to 6K down to about 2 or 3. But the engagement now is not happening on the deck. So I don't want to be on 6K when everyone else is on 2K. I want to still be able to engage them with a high enough speed that I can get away. But I don't want to be able to go so fast I can't maneuver at all, and I don't want to just compress right into the ground or rip. So I'm going to end the video here, and I hope this helps. And if anyone has any questions, post in the comments below.